Due to his talent, fame, and skill, Michael Jordan broke cultural, social, and economic barriers when he defined the National Basketball Association by wearing the Air Jordan 1's, causing Nike to take flight and become the world's greatest shoe company ever. During the 1980s, Nike was not a well-known shoe when it came to basketball. The big names at the time were Converse and Adidas. It was not until the iconic red and black colorway of the Air Jordan 1's that made Nike a name for itself. Nike at the time had no big basketball players, while Converse had names like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And Adidas had big names like Patrick Ewing and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Nike needed a big name player, and they struck big when Michael Jordan signed with them for a 5-year deal worth $500,000. The rookie then had to wear the Air Jordan 1's in-game to grow the popularity of the new yet revolutionary shoe for Nike.
With every game that Michael Jordan wore the Air Jordan 1's, the National Basketball Association didn't approve of this act. The NBA had a rule called the 51% rule. This rule stated, which demanded that players wear footwear be mostly white and in keeping with their teammates' jerseys. When Michael Jordan was wearing the red and black Air Jordan 1's, he caught the attention of the NBA's commissioners, David Stern. Mr. Stern decided that for every game that Michael Jordan wore the Air Jordans that didn't follow the 51% rule, he could be fined $5,000 every game. And since Nike needed their shoe to be projected to the public, they saw a great opportunity to have the iconic shoe to make a name for itself. Michael Jordan was actually fined every game $5,000 every game, which added up to a grand total of $410,000 just in the first season of Michael Jordan's career. 1984 to 1985, Michael was fined close to as much as Nike was paying him for the shoe contract. The Washington Post states the NBA soon threatened to discipline the high-jumping Jordan, that there would be a fine of $5,000 if he dared to play an NBA game in those unorthodox things again. Wearing them was some kind of technical foul.
With an original price of $65, the Air Jordan 1's broke economic sales after pulling in over $55 million in the debut year of the shoe. And after 15 seasons of Michael Jordan playing in the NBA, Michael Jordan racked up over $10 billion, all starting with the Air Jordan 1's. Michael Jordan's slam dunk career has an MVP billion-dollar impact. Fortune magazine's estimates, says Association Press, just the number 10 billion and anything can break barriers. And when it comes to money, the Air Jordan 1 broke economic barriers. Still in today basketball shoe economy, Michael Jordan shoes are still making about 10 times more than the closest player, LeBron James. By breaking the 51% rule, this led to the following players to make history when it comes to shoe deals with different companies, such as Kobe Bryant signed for a shoe endorsement with Adidas for $48 million, LeBron James signing for Nike for $87 million, and Kevin Durant signing with Nike for $60 million, and bonuses worth millions after winning the league MVP. Here's a commercial of the original Air Jordan 1's.
On September 15th, Nike created a revolutionary new basketball shoe. On October 18th, the NBA threw them out of the game. Fortunately, the NBA can't stop you from wearing them. Air Jordans from Nike.
In this commercial of the Air Jordan 1's, it states that the NBA banned the shoes from Michael Jordan wearing them in game. It shows that the NBA didn't want players to break rules and the barriers that the NBA had set up to keep everyone the same. The commercial also says that you, the consumer, can't be stopped by the NBA to wear the Air Jordan 1's. This will project their product to the public and make everyone want the shoe, pulling in large amounts of money. Here is another commercial that shows that the Air Jordan 1 would be a great holiday gift, making a tremendous amount of money because of all the consumers buying the Nike product.
Think Air Jordan this season. By Nike.
This Air Jordan Christmas commercial shows that the Air Jordan 1s would be a great Christmas gift for your loved ones. At the end of the commercial, it says buy Nike. This shows that Nike wanted you to buy their shoes. And as you will learn, many people went on to buy the iconic new shoe, making Nike the new powerhouse of athletic shoes. This chart shows that still in this day and age, Jordans sell very well. And this also shows that the Air Jordan 1s had an impact on the social lives of people in the late 80s to present day. The Air Jordan 1s show that they have broken social barriers because the Jordans are still seen as a superior shoe and are always a high priority in shoe collectors' top acquired pieces of history. The Air Jordan 1s also led a slick new fashion trend with all the new articles of clothing that would soon follow the Air Jordan 1s.
In this chart, retail price for Air Jordans and LeBrons. It shows the average price of their shoes over the years. It shows the average price for the Air Jordans that have been increasing since 1985. This chart also shows that the Air Jordans have always cost more than any LeBron shoes. Those came out in 2003. That shows that Air Jordans were the superior shoes, making more money than the LeBrons. The next chart will show the amounts of money that different players made with their shoes. In this graph, global basketball shoe sales by NBA players shows that Michael Jordan and his brand made 8.5 times more than LeBron James's in 2013 and more than 14 times the amount of third competitor of Kevin Durant.
Man was not meant to fly.
Air Jordan, basketball by Nike.
In this commercial, it says that man was meant to take flight, and that with the Air Jordan 1s, that would be possible. This led to a social barrier being broken because all the kids and adults that played regular pickup basketball wanted these new shoes. They believed that their ability to play would improve. So socially, everybody wanted the new amazing shoe. Also with the release of the Air Jordan 1, it allowed to produce clothing that wasn't just shoes. They produced everything from socks to shirts to sweatpants. You can see the Jordan logo almost everywhere that you go now. This shows a social barrier that is broken. If a single type of clothing brand can be spotted everywhere you go, it shows the dominance that this company has. And if it weren't for the Air Jordan 1s, there wouldn't be a social aspects of this company. Michael Jordan promoted the brand by playing in the Air Jordan 1s all throughout his rookie season. And with winning Rookie of the Year, everyone thought that if they wore the same shoes, they would play like an MVP also. With Michael Jordan going on to release even more Air Jordans after the Air Jordan 1, it will allow Nike to be seen everywhere and anywhere.
Since the release of the Air Jordan 1 35 years ago, Michael Jordan and his signature shoe broke down 3 barriers. The first barrier being the cultural barrier. Michael Jordan and Nike defied the NBA by wearing the Air Jordan 1s. This impact left us with players not needing to match their teammates and teams. This allowed players to say what they want and have a design in their shoe. Before that, the players didn't have a say. But now there are many current players such as LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Dwayne Wade, and many more that have their own signature shoe. They all have their own designs and none are alike. The Air Jordan 1 also broke economic barriers. Even being fined $5,000 a game, Nike made a tremendous $10 billion with the use of Michael Jordan in the Air Jordan 1 through 33. And just within the first year of the Air Jordan 1, Nike pulled in $55 million. This allowed Nike to be a powerhouse company, not just for basketball, but for everyday shoes. And that's where the Air Jordan 1s break social barriers. Nike can be seen everywhere you go, from school to work or night out with your family, even if you are just wearing 1 or 2 things made by Nike. Nike would not have been able to break these different barriers in the global economy, the social lives of millions of people, and the cultural aspect of basketball that we watch today, if it weren't for Michael Jordan signing with Nike to release the greatest and most iconic shoe, the Air Jordan 1.